welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to build up a Chanel collection with a limited budget. Now Chanel keep increase the price. A lot of people already give up. They switch to other fashion house or they just forget about buying Chanel handbags. So in today's video, I picked the Chanel pieces that I think you still can consider to purchase and build up your Chanel collection. So the first one I pick is the Chanel Mini Rectangular. However, I understand a lot of people don't like the lambskin because lambskin is too delicate. You need to baby it. I have the same feeling. I just so afraid of the lambskin and I'm not very careful person. However, think this way. Chanel bag, you only use occasional, and plus it is mini bag. They may not able to hold a lot of stuff like your everyday bag, so I'm sure you will be very careful. If you wear Chanel mini bag as an occasional bag, I think this bag can still last for many years. You don't need to worry too much. And compare with the Chanel Classic small size to the Chanel Mini Rectangular, the capacity is very similar. However, the Chanel Mini Rectangular is so much cheaper than the Chanel Classic flap. Let's just talk about the small size of the classic flap to the mini size. Their price is already over 3,000 or 4,000 difference, but the capacity are very similar. Small size has a double flap and the mini rectangle only have a single flap, which is so much better. That's why their capacity is very similar. You can save a lot of money. And the Chanel Mini Rectangular has everything that you need. It has the classic flap fiber, and they also consider as a classic bag. So Chanel Mini Rectangular is my first recommendation. Moving on, the next one is the Chanel 2.55 Mini Reissue. It has exactly same as the Chanel 2.55 classic bag. Now Chanel 2.55, they have the size 225, 226, 227. Once you have the Chanel Mini, you don't need to buy those 225, 226, 227. They are same. Chanel Reissue 2.55, 226, 227, they are big. You don't use those bags for every day. So the Chanel Reissue Mini is just perfect for you. And they have everything that you want from the Chanel Reissue. And the price just same as the Chanel Mini Rectangular. So much cheaper than those the classic one. So this is definitely the second recommendation for me to start with the Chanel collection. So now we are moving to the number 3. Which one I will recommend it? Definitely another classic bag, that is the Chanel boy bag. However, Chanel boy bag already reached to over $5,000. That is very expensive already. However, I will recommend it, go for the pre-loved market. Chanel boy bag doesn't have a good resale value, therefore you will find the good price from the pre-loved market. Now those two, the Chanel Mini Rectangular and the Chanel Reissue Mini, I highly recommend it, get it from the retail store, because the pre-love market, they sell a lot more expensive than the retail store. So the boy bag, definitely highly recommend it, go for the pre-love market. You can save over $1,000 to $2,000 compared with the retail store. So never purchase the boy bag in the retail store unless you don't like the pre-love, then you don't go for it. Those pre-love market, you can go from the Fashion File or Yuki Closet. They always have a good price for the Chanel boy bag. So that's the number 3. So number 4 is the Chanel Coco handle. Now Chanel Coco handle already increased 3 times, I believe, and now it's reached to the $5,000. But if you like the Chanel Coco handle, I still highly recommend it. It is a very classic bag, and however, if you want to buy the Chanel Coco handle, I also recommend go for the retail store, because the pre-love market still selling more than the retail store. Same way, reserve earlier 2 weeks before the season launch. I'm sure you will get it from the retail store. This bag also very good. It can fit all your essentials. Very good for the occasional or even go for the everydays because it still can hold a lot. So this is the number 4 that I highly recommend. Moving on, the next one, I will recommend buy a seasonal bag. Now Chanel things have 6 seasons. Every season they will come out a new handbag. But here, because Chanel produce less and less caviar leather, watch out, every season new handbag come out. I normally will do the first day launch. I will go to the Chanel boutique, give you all the handbags that are available, and you can take a screenshot, ask your SA if she can get it for you. Highly recommend it for the seasonal bag. Try to get the caviar leather. I know it's very difficult, but every season they will come like 1 or 2 pieces of the new handbag with a caviar leather. So keep in mind, every time when you see the caviar leather, you like the style, then you like the price, because seasonal bag they normally have a better price than the classic bag. So I highly recommend get the seasonal bag. Very popular seasonal bag right now, we have one is the Business Affinity. This is the bag that made by caviar leather, and they do have 2 sizes. The one I have in the mini size, they also have the small size, and every other season this bag will come out. So keep in mind, and the 22P they also will have the Business Affinity, whether you want to use as a everyday bag or you want to use as a occasional bag. This bag is very versatile. If you want to use as an everyday bag, I highly recommend get the big size. If you want to use as an occasional or you are petite frame like me, you can think about to choose the mini size, because that mini size also can fit a lot. So this is the bag I highly recommend it as a seasonal bag. Let me give 2 bonus bag which is kind of expensive. So the first bag I will recommend it is a 19 bag. However, 19 bag already over $5,000. Everything over $5,000 I will think about it for the Chanel bag. But if you really like the 19 bag, this may be the choice for you, because compared with the classic bag, this bag is still in the good price point. The second one is the Chanel Trendy. Other people love it. It is lambskin. For my taste, this bag is way too big. And also, if you like it, you can consider this also the seasonal bag. So those I highly recommend it. Now let's go for the SLG. For Chanel SLG, I don't recommend it you buy a lot. 1 or 2 pieces is good enough. Have to think, Chanel bag tends to be very small. You don't carry Chanel wallet or Chanel full-size wallet way too big. So normally you will buy the Chanel like card holder, Chanel classic flap card holder, or Chanel O case. So I have 3 here. I would like you to choose 1 or 2 pieces, because those 3 pieces SLG is still considered very expensive. Everything is over $500. I would like you to save money by something else. But if you really want 1 piece of the SLG, choose the one from. My highly recommendation is the Chanel O case, because this Chanel O case is very flat. You can fit the mini bag, which doesn't occupy a lot of space. And this one you can put your cash, you can put your credit cards, house keys. One O case, you can carry everything. You will leave a lot of room for something else, for your cell phone, for your car key, or for your other cosmetic stuff, those things, so you can go. Those are the pieces that I highly recommend, and I'm sure with those pieces you completed your Chanel collection. So yeah, so that's all about today's video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.